Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Things, and I'm your host, Boogie Down Bronx, and I'm here to take care of the Taurus. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This reading cameras, and if you have Taurus as a sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, or south node sign, quick shout out to my Patreon. If you have any questions about the retrograde, the full moon, anything like how it's affecting you, any human design questions, astrology questions, I am taking questions today, right now on my Patreon. So if you subscribe, comment on the post, and I will answer your question, okay? And also shout out to the Cancer placements. Happy Cancer full moon if you have any Cancer placements in your chart, or Capricorn, Aries, or Libra. You will probably be feeling maybe more emotional, maybe more moody. Everybody might be a little bit in their feelings today, or a little more expressive. So just go along with it, okay? And just go along with my nails. I do have no nails on this hand. Nails on this hand. It's retrograde. Okay, I'm gonna blame everything on the retrograde for stuff breaking and just, yeah. So let's just go along with it. All right, Taurus, because you guys have been asking for this reading, high demand. It has been some time because I just started January monthlies, and I did your reading at the beginning of December. For December, let's see what's going on for Taurus. What does Taurus, blunt truth Taurus placements need to hear? Taurus, sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, south node. You have burnout, and then you have put a spell on you. What is that burnout in reference to? In regards to obsessed. Obsessed. Clarify obsessed. Ooh, whoa. Hold on. Let me put it back. I don't know if that was meant to come out. Let's clarify obsessed for Taurus. It is, yeah, that was meant to come out because I just put that back. It was relocation. Something to celebrate. So a lot of you are, geez, hold on. You have oh happy day, something to celebrate. Okay, so yeah, a lot of you are kind of getting obsessed here with moving or some type of like relocation in your life or some type of progression. You want something to change or something to shift in your favor on your behalf, and so you have relocation. But some of you are getting like kind of burnt out by like just thinking about it relentlessly, or just obsessing over a move, or some type of relocation with the job, something like that. But there is no need to burn yourself out just obsessing over something, whatever it is. But you have something to celebrate, and then you have oh happy day. So it's going to happen. The good thing is going to happen. There'd be something to celebrate whether you obsess over it or not. So you don't have to like obsess over whatever it is you're trying to manifest, or if you're like, I move, I hope I getting a new job, or I hope something shakes for me soon, something shifts in my favor, it will. So you don't need to keep on obsessing about it, okay? Just preoccupy your mind with something else that doesn't burn you out. All right. So let's get more information on this for Taurus. Oh, happy day. Taurus and this burnout. What is Taurus currently burning themselves out in regards to that they don't need to be burning out anymore? What is Taurus burning themselves out? Meant to be. You don't got to worry about what's meant to be. What's meant to be is going to be, whether you worry about it or not. Tell me more. I feel like some of you guys are getting obsessive about like your self-care, or like, just taking care of yourselves and making sure that things work out, or, just really trying to do what you're supposed to do. Because previously, like the last several months, it's so funny. I feel like this reading is just funny to me because over the last several months, you know how I've been telling you guys about, okay, you need to push yourself to step outside your comfort zone. It's time to change more. It's time to do this. It's time to stop procrastinating. It's time to really push yourself. I feel like some of you guys have took that and ran with it to the extreme, and you've gotten a bit actually obsessive about change. And it's like, because once you started changing, like, or once you actually pushed yourself, it was like, oh, this actually feels good once I get past the initial discomfort. And you just start like changing everything, just changing everything, changing the house, changing your car, changing your clothes, changing your hair, changing your friends, changing your work, everything. You're just like, everything needs to change now, because like it's really that deep for Taurus placements. When you guys finally decide to change, you want to change everything in your lives. So it's like you want everything to be upgraded, but now it's kind of like you're getting a little bit obsessive about it, and you're like, things are now not changing at the rate that you need them to. And previously it was like you didn't want anything to change, or you did, but you just didn't want to go through the discomfort of that. So now that you're past the initial discomfort, you're like, okay, let's go. Like, why is it still moving slowly here? And it's telling you that, everything is meant to be. It will be. You don't have to try to force it. And you don't have to try to like really like get obsessive about your self-love journey, or like, if you mess up, or if you're just like, oh, I need to do this with my health, and this with my eating, and this with my weight, and this with this, it's like, it takes away the fun out of it, So it's a test for some of you to, again, like find the balance in, some things don't need to change. Just because one part of your life needs to change or needs an upgrade doesn't mean everything needs an upgrade all at once. So it could be a lesson in not, going from one extreme to the other, because the axis of Scorpio and Taurus is the axis of extremes. So you could go from one extreme, from being super, super transformational and wanting to change and transform your whole life. And then the other extreme is from wanting to not change, wanting to be extremely comfortable, extremely stubborn in whatever situation you're in. So I feel like some of you guys have swung to the other side, and anything in excess is never healthy. So be careful of it becoming, you have addiction or codependency at the bottom of the deck, where Mercury retrograde is a time to slow down. Okay. It's not a time to speed anything up. So a lot of you are having these things where you were starting to see the progress. You were like, okay, things are changing for the better, but now it seems like they've slowed down or come to a complete halt. Well, that's for a reason, because sometimes when things move really, 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 really quickly at first, we miss a couple steps, and we got to go back and we got to see, okay, what did I miss here? What do I need to like, I actually need to spend a little bit more time on, or, restructuring, whatever it is. Some of you have an interview coming up here that you will be having that could be of significance. What else do we have for Taurus in regards to change, stability? What else do we have for Taurus with burnout? Every day, something to celebrate. Old Taurus have to celebrate. Okay. So for some of you, there's still a couple things that are being revealed to you that you need to clear out your space in regards to. You have ex or past love, and then you have unrequited or unbalanced. So there could still be this energy here of like, okay, yes, a lot of other things are changing, but there's still some things that are currently in your space or in your way that you need to deal with before the changes can pick back up, or like a job situation picks up, or a relocation situation picks up. So just kind of reflecting back on, all right, let me make sure I got this stuff handled before I start asking for more stuff to, deal with. Kind of like I was telling Libra, like sometimes we just get too much on our plates, more than we can chew. You ever heard of that saying? It's like your eyes are bigger than your stomach. It's like you get a full plate of food when you're hungry, and you're like, you're going to eat all that food, and then you start eating and you get full, and you're like, I thought I could eat it all. Same goes with this. A lot of you are asking for a lot of things, or you're changing a lot of things, or you're taking on a lot of things right now, because you're just really excited for the fact that you are getting more comfortable with changing, and you're seeing the results from doing the work, and you're really happy about it. And that's awesome, of course. But, in moderation, everything is good. You don't have to take it to the extreme to prove anything to yourself. You are already doing it. All right. So some of you need to just, enjoy the moment and bask in the fact that I didn't even think I'd be able to change this much, or I didn't even think I'd be able to do this much this soon, before I start trying to like do more and more and more and more. All right. So that's what we have here for you, Taurus. You have letters in name A, S, H, L, or N. Could be letters in your name, letters in someone else's name. Alrighty, so let's see. What else do we have for Taurus? What else do we have for Taurus? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, and South Node. It's such a nice day out here, guys. It is beautiful today in sunny South Carolina. I do not live in New York at this time, but I will be doing some videos in New York soon when I go back in about a few weeks. So let's see what's coming towards Taurus. What's coming towards Taurus at this time that they need to be mindful of? What or who? Two of Pentacles. I believe that was what fell on the floor. What's coming towards Taurus at this time? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, South Node. I do see you accomplishing something, and I do see you celebrating that win, that accomplishment as well. But I also see a lot of obsessiveness. You got Three of Swords. I see obsessiveness. I see emotional instability, and worry with those things as well. Why is the Three of Swords here? I didn't expect that to come out. Why is the Three of Swords here for Taurus? Three of Swords. The Three of Swords. What is that in regards to? The Three of Swords. It could be just there's some pain when it comes down to starting something new because you have to part with something else. Or a lot of you feel like, I don't know, maybe you're being like really hard on yourself. Like you don't feel like you're doing something the right way. Yeah, Two of Pentacles. But I see you juggling a lot. And you could have Sagittarius placements as well. Juggling, Temperance card in reverse. There's imbalances emotionally here, or there's disappointment for some reason, disappointment or regret. Could be because like I said, you're figuring out what needs to change and you're parting ways with it or separating from it, and there's like growing pains here. But also some of you just being too hard on yourself for situations that did not work out, or you feel like they're not working out, but everything is working out in your favor. And some stuff you just have to acknowledge Aries energy here with the Emperor reverse. You're not always in control 100% of the time. So some of you are putting on an extra weight on yourself, trying to control everything and the outcomes and the timelines. And you need to just really just go with it. You just need to do what you can do, go with the flow. And like whatever you can't do or it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I know it's easier said than done, but like approaching it from the angle you're approaching it from with all this mental stress on you, like kind of similar to what I was telling Virgo with dealing with a lot of mental pressure, is you don't have to deal with it. You don't have to put so much pressure on yourself. I know like everybody has things that we need to get done, but there are some things that we just put pressure on ourselves to get done faster than they need to, or we need to learn to pace ourselves more, prioritize, get a better time management schedule, things like that. Any other advice for Taurus for January? Any other advice for Taurus for January? Taurus. This Three of Swords keeps popping out over here too. I saw it twice when I shuffled. What do we have for Taurus? Two of Pentacles in reverse. Juggling a lot. Again, advice. Advice for Taurus. Advice. What is the advice for Taurus at this time? Okay, advice for Taurus. Oops. What is the advice? We'll do some human design. What is the advice for Taurus? Okay. I do see a lot of you needing to slow it down. Slow it down a little bit. All right. Temperance card is now upright as your advice. Yeah, slow it down. Come back to your center. Plan better. Financially, physically, emotionally, mentally. The moon card is at the bottom. Pisces energy. There's some things here that you still can't see. and you're just ready to like press forward. You're ready for things to like pick up the pace. Okay. But the universe knows best. The universe knows when it's time for us to slow down, knows when it's time for us to go back, knows when it's time for us to take a pause, take a halt. Two of Wands in reverse. There's some things, some short-term planning that you need to do a bit more of. Two of Pentacles in reverse. So both of these twos in reverse, which means you're not quite ready to get to the next step just yet. Not just yet. Okay. But you do have these two here, this King and Queen of Pentacles. Okay. This King and Queen of Pentacles, which means that you are going to have that stability, that nurturing type of environment or success that you're looking for, but you don't want to just rush to get there, and you don't want it to be such a stressful task. All right. So if we're talking human design, I'm talking to generators and MG. You know, like if you're feeling frustrated about approaching your goals, trying to get to where you need to be, if it feels too frustrating, it means you're pushing too hard. You're either trying to initiate these changes out of response, or not out of response rather, and you need to wait for that signal, that sign that tells you, okay, it's time to go. Something will come up, but some of you are trying to rush and push against this retrograde energy. It's not going to work for you. It's not going to work, especially if it comes down to, getting a job. There's a lot of pentacles here. So I feel like a lot of these are about your energy financially and you wanting like money or like something with your stability, and you're really just trying to rush it. Just relax and use this time to plan accordingly, save accordingly, come up with a practical plan. That's what you're best at. Listening to your intuition, your intuitive guidance, because you can't listen and be moving and doing all at the same time. So some of you just need to listen to yourself for a little bit. And you'll know when it's time to move forward. Now, if you're a projector, a lot of you are in this place where maybe you've started to get some invitations, or you're waiting for new invitations or bigger invitations, and the universe is kind of making you slow down right now and say, look, there's a lot of other things that need your attention right now besides these bigger invites. Like you don't even have the energy to have these invitations because you're so worried about X, Y, and Z. So let's take care of our stress and our emotions and our anxiety first, and then we'll go back to that and we'll worry about that later. So it's just taking a step back and prioritizing, looking at what's most important, which is your health, mentally, emotionally, physically, and getting that in alignment before you take on more. A lot of you already have too much going on, and you're like trying to just rush through to the finish line, and you're gonna find that you have a lot of errors here. All right. And also with MG, I forgot to mention that manifesting generator has a tendency to skip steps. So a lot of you guys who have skipped steps leading up to this point, you're being forced to go back and figure out what you need to rework and what things you need to, put more energy into. Okay. And manifestors, a lot of you guys are in this period where some of you just feel angry because maybe people are in your way, or you're not really getting inspired, or you don't have enough energy to work and create. A lot of you just need to take some time to just relax. All right. Manifestor, you guys are supposed to be 80% rest, 20% work. Some of you have been just doing way too much working, and you're wondering why you're not getting inspired. You're not feeling creative. You're not feeling the urge to initiate, or you just don't have it in you. Well, you need to slow down and relax and not try to just fill up those gaps of time with all these extra things. Use it to rest, use it to sleep, use it to meditate, do fun things. Okay. And then reflectors, a lot of you guys also maybe in this period where you feel like you knew what you wanted to do, or maybe you were trying to rush the process of coming up to a conclusion or an answer because you do need more time than most people to come to a decision. Like maybe you were trying to rush a decision, or you feel pressured into rushing a decision with going against your lunar cycle, and maybe some of you feel like you still don't know what your answer is. That's okay. Take your time. You don't need to know what your answer is in 29 days. Of course, that's just like your authority is like to wait at least 29 days, but some of you may need more time, some of you less time. So don't make it too rigid for you reflectors, where you're just like, I have to make this decision by the end of the month, unless you know you really have to. But if you don't have to, don't put pressure on yourself to try to make the decision. Okay. It will be made when you know you're ready to make it. All right. So that's what we have for all of you guys. Thank you, Taurus, for watching. Hope you're having a happy, happy full moon. If this video resonated for you, please let me know in the comments down below. Like, comment, share, and subscribe so this channel can thrive. Subscribe to the Patreon. I am at Tarot by Bronx on everything.